Hey, what's going on, Black people? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I wanted to come in for a second and talk about something that you probably already understand. It's a Friday night, so we can have an honest conversation about Black people and where we are as a Black community. And one of the things I wanted to share with you about the Black community right now as it stands is a fundamental idea. A fundamental idea. The basic idea is really simple. Ignorance is profitable. When you talk about the Black community, Black ignorance is a multi-billion dollar industry, probably a multi-trillion dollar industry right now. People make a ton of money by keeping you blind, deaf, dumb, and crazy. People make money from you from the cradle to the grave, largely because you have people that not only submit to the idea of Black ignorance being profitable, but they actually promote this. They promote this. So what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to lay out some different ways where Black ignorance is absolutely profitable, where people are making money by keeping Black people stupid. Doesn't mean that you are stupid. I'm not saying that. It doesn't mean that you're meant to be stupid. It doesn't mean that you're stuck on stupid. It just means that there are people who make money when we promote ignorance over intelligence. So let me start with the basics. Let me talk about the first area where the ignorance begins and where the ignorance starts the process of becoming profitable. Start the school system. When your child is a child, first thing you do is you hand your child over to their oppressor and you say, Master, I can't educate my own children. I don't know how to educate my babies. So Master, I need you to educate my babies because I don't know what to do because I just stupid and Master, you knows everything and you knows how to give my baby an opportunity. Master, please give my baby an opportunity. And then they say, okay, you know what? We feel bad for you people. So yes, we will give your child an opportunity. Just give us some money. So then they bring your child to school, right? And then you have these public schools. Does anybody have seen schools like this where they have a whole school full of Black people and they'll then have like all white teachers, all white administrators, all the books are written about white people and teaching them how wonderful white people are, and all the publishing companies that are making money selling books that are not even properly educating your child are literally made by white publishing companies that don't want to even do business with Black people. So in a way, it's kind of like a farm. It's like a farm where the farm is full of chickens, but ain't no chickens running the farm. Chickens don't run the chicken farm. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, Black people, you are the chicken, you are the commodity. And there's a plan. They always have a plan for you. See, if you don't have a plan for yourself, they always got a plan for you. So here's one of the plans: the prison industrial complex. If you compare the system of correction, somebody else made this meme. I didn't make it. If you compare the Department of Corrections with the public school system, you see that they're just alike. You see that the public school system, where they are sending out tens of thousands, probably over 100,000 Black kids every year who can't even read, write, or do math at grade level, they're preparing you for another system. They got to find something to do with y'all. See, the problem with slavery was that when slavery ended, they said, what are we going to do with all these Negroes? We need a system so that we can process all these Negroes. So they said, okay, well, here's what we do. We're going to make the school system just like the prison system. We're going to ride them to school on a big old bus, just like we do with prison inmates. They're going to sit and eat lunch at these big long tables, just like they do when they're prison inmates. And they're going to eat their lunch on a little tray, just like prison inmates. And they're going to follow the same rules, just like prison inmates. So there is a school to prison pipeline. We know this. And we also know that not only is it constraining for Black people, both physically and psychologically, but it is also heavily profitable for everybody else. You see, they want you in the system, but they don't want you running the system. And this is a consistent theme that you're going to notice when Dr. Claude Anderson, people like Dr. Anderson, talk about how Black people are a commodity. A commodity is not something that ever actually has real control. A commodity is something you use that allows you to make a bigger profit. So while you're getting miseducated in school, your kids are going to be introduced to a lot of individuals that promote ignorance on behalf of white people. Some of these are going to be come in the form of their favorite rappers. So there isn't just a school to prison pipeline. There's also a hip hop to prison pipeline. That's another pipeline where they pretty much, according to some people, this is a conspiracy theory, but I don't think it's out of question. It's a conspiracy theory, but we know conspiracies exist. Is this conspiracy theory the right one? I don't know, but we know, y'all know, there's no doubt that conspiracies have been used against black people. And one of the conspiracies is that hip hop music is designed to put black men in prison and to put them in the grave. There is a whole theory that there is a strand of hip hop that, just like the Delta variant, you call this the Delta variant of hip hop. Hip hop used to be healthy and good and positive, and you had people like KRS-One talking about "You must learn," and you had X Clan and talking about, let's go back to Africa, and then you had people like Public Enemy saying "Fight the power," and they said, okay, we can't have black people fighting the power. We can't have we can't have black folks out here talking about "You must learn." My God, that would be frightening. We can't have black people talking about "let's go back to Africa." Lord, that would give them a sense of self. We don't need that, right? So we don't want the KRS-Ones out here talking to black people. That's not appropriate. That he's too radical. He's bad. He's a bad guy. We don't want this guy out here. But we want the rappers that are going to train your boys to go to prison. Well, why is that? Well, because, an educated Negro is not very profitable for white supremacy. But an incarcerated Negro, shit, you can make millions off that motherfucker. Shit, you can get paid if the brother keeps going back to prison, because y'all know what it is. Y'all know what happens in prison. They charging you for everything. They charge you for phone calls. The lawyers are making money. The court's making money. I knew cops who used to say that when guys got arrested, they were happy about it because they would make money every time they went to court. So every time they showed up in court, they would get paid for going to court. And so there was a system. See, this is the dark side of capitalism. Y'all know my PhD is in finance. That's what I am. I'm a finance professor. And I can tell you, I know capitalism better than a man knows his ex-wife. And let me tell you, capitalism doesn't really care who it eats in order to make money. And American capitalism conveniently loves to eat black people, particularly the black male, because you're solving two problems at once. You're making your money and you're getting rid of a rodent. The black male is seen by America as a rodent. Well, the only exceptions maybe if he's out here pursuing their agenda, right? If he's out here, wearing dresses like Lil Nas X, pretending to be pregnant and all this other sweet little feminine stuff. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know this. I don't know if y'all know that Atlanta actually named, they actually made October 20th Lil Nas X Day. Yeah, literally there is so Farrakhan's dangerous. But Lil Nas X, oh well, that's wonderful. That's black excellence, y'all. That's black excellence. A black man pretending to be pregnant, like literally taking pictures on the covers of magazines as a pregnant woman, literally is seen as black excellence. That's Atlanta. That's a city run by black people. We can't put all that on white folks. We can't put that all on white folks. So I go back to my basic premise. Black ignorance is a multi-billion-dollar industry. That's why this man is seen as a benefit to society. And this man's seen as a threat. Oh my God, it's Farrakhan. Oh Lord Jesus, Farrakhan's coming. Oh, he gonna educate the slaves. He gonna make black people read books. We can't have black people reading books. We need more of this. We need more of it. Where's Lil Nas X? We don't need black men to be intelligent. We need them stupid. How are we gonna make money if you're not stupid? We don't want black men progressing. We don't want them looking like X-Clan. My God, what is this? Go back to Africa, black pride, black fit. We can't have that. That's scary. Let's put him back in please put him in a wig and a dress, because that makes us feel comfortable. That makes us feel comfortable. Or Terry Crews. When Terry Crews was dressed as a woman, that makes us feel comfortable as white people who can make money off of black people. See, so again, the black man who stands a certain way, who educates himself a certain way, while that's seen as toxic masculinity, that's seen as negative, terrible, and unhealthy. That's why KRS-One is seen in a negative light by white mainstream media for the most part. but they love the hell out of this. Terry Crews with rollers in his hair. Oh, well, that's progress. That's forward thinking for black people. So again, I go back to my basic premise. Black ignorance is $1 billion industry. They make money off of you when you are stupid. If I have not made my point yet, let me make my point in a couple other areas. Another area, besides the educational system and the prison system, where black ignorance is made into a multi-billion-dollar industry, and in hip hop, unfortunately, hip hop has promoted some parts of hip hop, not all of it, have promoted black male self-destruction, particularly amongst black men. Another area where you end up finding out that black ignorance becomes $1 billion industry is the programming that's done through media, right? So when you're watching media and you're consuming your media, they're telling you that this is bad and that this is good. They're telling you that this is toxic, but this is wonderful. This is beneficial, right? So what else? What other areas is black ignorance profitable? Well, there's this political party called the Democratic Party, and the Republicans too, who use black ignorance to their advantage. So what they do, their formula is very basic. They're not going to go talk to this guy. They're never ever going to talk to Farrakhan. I don't know if y'all remember, but y'all may not know this, but Barack Obama actually lived just a few blocks. He lives 2 blocks away from Louis Farrakhan. And the reason I knew this was because I lived 2 blocks from each of them. I lived 2 blocks from Barack. Barack was on my right, and Louis Farrakhan was on my left. I kid you not. I've walked to the minister's house and gotten there in 2 minutes, and that was when I was fat. That was when I was the fat boys. The fat boys could walk to Farrakhan's house in 2 minutes, and there was a whole scandal where they realized that Farrakhan voted at the same voting booth, the same voting district as Barack Obama, and they said, "Oh Lord Jesus, we can't have the political Negro be seen in public with the controversial Negro, right?" So they went out of their way to make sure that the two of them did not show up at the polls at the same time, because if there's any association of black people with guys like this or guys like that, then guys like this can't make their money. Joe Biden can't make his money if black people are listening to people like Farrakhan and listening to people like Dr. Claude Anderson. So the Democratic Party is another example, besides the education system, besides hip hop and media, besides the prison industrial complex, where black ignorance is very profitable. Am I making my point? Give me a yes in the chat if you are hearing my point, if my point is making any sense to you. Let me know if you're following what I'm saying here. God gave me this message today, so I felt the need to jump out and share this. And some people will get it, some people won't, and it's okay. I'm not asking for everybody to understand. Everybody ain't gonna understand. Like my buddy Dr. George C. Frazier. Let me tell you, George Frazier is a wonderful man. Dr. George C. Frazier, he's one of the OGs in the game. He's one of those black people they probably wouldn't want you listening to either, because George Frazier tells it like it is. And let me tell you what George Frazier says. And this is really more of a message for the stupid people in the room. The stupid people in the room. I want you to hear Dr. Frazier's message, and the message is real basic. And so Dr. Frazier, and I'll put his picture on the screen so you can see Dr. Frazier and know who he is, because everybody should know about Dr. George C. Frazier. He's a brilliant black man and one of the great leaders of our society. And so Dr. Frazier has a saying that I really liked, and it was that he says, when you're dead, that you don't know that you're dead. It's only difficult for others. He said the same is when you're stupid. So when you're dead, you don't know that you're dead. So other people, other people are the ones who are suffering when you die, because you're not suffering. You're just dead. Dead people don't know that they're dead. So dead people don't suffer. It's the people that they left behind. Well, stupid people are the same way. Stupid people don't know that they're stupid. They're too stupid to know how stupid they are. So they don't really suffer from their own stupidity. The people that suffer are the people who are trying to elevate. The people who understand these problems are the ones who are suffering the most. It ain't the people who are promoting and perpetuating these problems. So if you're stupid and you don't get it, then I understand. I forgive you for you know not what you do. I forgive you for you know not what you do. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. So I go back to my basic premise. Black ignorance is a $1 billion industry. Big money gets made off black people. Well, prove your point further, Boyce. This isn't. I'm not yet convinced. Okay, well let's talk about another area where black ignorance is $1 billion industry. Let's look at stuff like this, right? Remember when you had Negroes on TV dancing over Popeye's chicken? Like, I can't wait, Lord Jesus, can't wait to get me the Popeye's chicken sandwich, and singing Negro spirituals, and lining up around the block trying to get some old greasy ass chicken. Well, Popeye's chicken made. How much money did Popeye's chicken make last year? I can't remember. It was several $billions. Yeah, so Popeye's chicken revenues were were through the roof. I don't think there's a black business anywhere. I'm serious. I really don't think that there's a black business on the planet that made more than Popeye's chicken. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I have to go check. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Popeye's chicken, last year, mostly off of black people. Again, profiting from black ignorance. That's the premise. Popeye's chicken last in 2020 made $5.143 billion in sales. Can you name? Give me a yes or no. If you can name a single black-owned corporation anywhere that made $5.1 billion in sales. Can anybody name any black-owned company? I don't think Wingstop is black-owned. I don't think Wingstop makes the money of Popeye's chicken, but I could be wrong. Let me just double check. Seriously, can anybody name any company that's owned by black people that made just as much money as Popeye's chicken? And Popeye's ain't the only one. There's a lot of other places making money. Now, here's the crazy rope-a-dope, right? So they use you up like economic holes, because remember, you're a commodity. A commodity is something you make money from. So here's how they use you as an economic hole. So what they do is they market the Popeye's chicken sandwich to you, right? They say, Lord Jesus, got you singing Negro hymns. Can't wait to get some Popeyes. Sing with me, y'all. And they got you in there singing over some damn chicken, right? And then you because the media it controls people's minds, right? The media breaks down the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for critical thinking. Therefore, critical thinking skill is not very popular in some segments of our community. So you go, because everybody else is doing it and you saw it on the internet, you go line up, and there's a line around the block down the street with a bunch of obese, overweight, unhealthy people in line to get more greasy chicken that's going to make them die that much sooner. And then what they do is they say, oh my God, oh my God, oh God, it's so terrible. But the Biden folks identify. They're like, oh my God, it's so terrible. Black people are dying from the virus. They're the first ones to die from the virus. We got to help these people. And so then Biden gets with Big Pharma. Big Pharma makes big bank. They selling you pills and jabs. And next thing you know, they have black people advertised as the faces of the pills and the jabs. Do you follow what I'm saying? They create the problem, and then they make themselves a hero for solving it. Right? So they start off selling you the chicken, and then you get big. You start getting big, and your cholesterol levels start rising. You start walking around feeling like a big bucket of Crisco, and then they say, "Oh, it'll be okay. Just go get this jab. That'll be another $100." Right? So so big pharma is able to make that money too. See, they profit from you the same way that the Europeans chose to profit off Africa. When they stepped out there with Africa, they said, "Man, this big continent has so many resources, and these people are so unaware of how valuable their resources are, and they have no ability to protect them nor desire. They're divided. They'll sell each other up the river. And so, how do we go and just chop? Let's just chop this continent up. Let's just chop up this vast continent. And Germany, you go and take this part. France, you could have that part. England, you could have this part over here, and all of them make money off you. And so, effectively, we've pointed out a few points that support my basic premise of this conversation. The basic premise is that black ignorance is a $1 billion industry. Let's review again, shall we? You start off and you're sending your children to these inferior schools where they ain't learning a goddamn thing, ain't learning nothing, right? And they're being educated by a bunch of white people who are getting rich, teaching them absolutely nothing. And then media kicks in, right? Media kicks in, and they introduce them to a lot of culture that leads them down the rabbit hole, the prison industrial complex. So they're making money with the prisons. And then also in the marketing, they are marketing things to you like unhealthy food, which is gonna make you obese and unhealthy. And then when you get unhealthy, they market to you jabs and pills that will solve the problem, instead of talking to you about ways that you can actually be a healthy person. So maybe I'm a jerk for bringing this up. Maybe people are gonna get mad at me for bringing this up, and that's okay. I get that. I understand. I admit that I can be a little bit of an asshole sometimes, and that's all right. But I think that what we must do is, for those of you in the room who can understand a fraction of what I'm saying, those of you who give a damn, I'm encouraging you to take note and take stock of all the reasons why black wealth is draining. I haven't even talked about the trillions of dollars that have been made from student loans, getting you to go sign up to go work for a white university, or go to a white university and go $200,000 in debt, and then put yourself so deep in debt that you have to go work for a white person to pay the debt off. That's slavery. That's sharecropping, y'all. That's what it is. You might not see yourself as a sharecropper because you went to Brown University and got a degree in marketing, but but I'm telling you, it's the same thing, because that was the game of sharecropping. Let's get them so deep in debt that they have to come and work for us and serve us for the rest of their life, and not so they can get ahead, not so they can build wealth, not so they can build some vast family empire, but so they can simply service the goddamn debt. How about that? How about that for a rope a dope for your ass? I mean, you got to give it up, right? You got to give it up. I mean, we walk around with degrees and MBAs and PhDs and BAs and BSs feeling special. I feels mighty good. I've got lots of education. I got the education too. I'm not making fun of you, because I got more education than 99.9% of the people I'll ever meet in my life. But when you go back and look at the whole system, you realize that this system ain't your system. You get invited to dinner every Sunday, but you're not there to eat. You get invited to dinner every Sunday because you are the dinner. You are the meal. They serving you up like a piece of Popeye's chicken. And until we understand these systems, we will continue to make money for other people. Well, why is that? Well, because black ignorance is a $1 billion industry, whereas black consciousness is not very profitable. So that's why they love a lot of this and they hate this. They love this, but they hate this. Because when we show up looking like that, or we show up listening to guys like this, or guys like this, then we become powerful and we become less profitable. So the reason that black men who haven't done anything wrong and black women who haven't done anything wrong, Francis Chris Wells and people like that, the reason that people who haven't done anything wrong get blackballed and treated like criminals is because they're simply not profitable. We can't make a profit off of a Negro that's woke. We can't make a profit off a chicken who's trying to run the chicken farm. You are supposed to be a commodity that makes money for other people, not an entity that makes money for yourself. So are you going to get sad about it and sit around and cry about it? Or are you going to stand up and do something about it? It's really up to you, black people. You got to make a choice. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope that this conversation was helpful. I also want to reiterate to you that the All Black National Convention happens this week. It's going to be in Orlando, and we're going to basically gather thinkers from the black community and leaders and individuals who care about black people, who can actually help us solve a problem. And so if you want to learn more, you can go to allblacknationalconvention.com. The URL is on the screen. We are 100% serious about what we do, and we're bringing in brilliant black people who have done amazing things. Queen Afua, our Minister of Health, in my view, Lene Javette, rapper Jay Ortiz, Carla Ballard, all kinds of people that really have solutions for our community. And that's where we're going to go as a people. I want to focus on the leaders that want to get us out of the nonsense, not those who want to put us back in. So I hope this conversation helps you, and I hope to see you at the convention. I also hope you'll take a moment before you go to share this video to anybody you think who would like to see it or who needs to see it. And also, I hope that you will hit the thumbs up button. I hope you will subscribe, because one of the solutions is to build black media so that we get out of this cycle of brainwashing that they feed us every day on TV. All right, guys, well, I'm out of here. God bless you. And if you want a free copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, you can go to boycewatkins.com. The book is totally free. Have a great evening, everybody. I'll see you soon. Peace.